Olaf. Just hearing the name makes you smile, right? He's the walking, talking embodiment of innocent joy, summer daydreams, and of course, warm hugs. He's the cheerful, deeply loyal friend who represents the pure love between two sisters, a physical reminder of their happy childhood. He's the heart of the Frozen franchise, the goofy, lovable sidekick whose sunny optimism just melted all of our hearts. But what if that's just what they want us to think? What if, hidden beneath those layers of cheerful snow and wide-eyed questions, there's a story we were never meant to see? A story that proves Olaf was never the simple hero we thought he was. It all kicks off with a strange artifact he discovers in the enchanted forest, an artifact that starts to twist his actions and turn all of Arendelle against him. Now, before we dive in, let's be super clear. This is all a speculative what if. The story we're about to unpack has no official basis in any of the Frozen movies or Disney canon. This is a thought experiment to explore the depths of these characters we love. But by exploring this hypothetical timeline, we might just uncover a surprising truth about judgment, perception, and what good and evil really look like. Picture this. It's sometime after Frozen 2. Arendelle is peaceful, and Olaf, now rocking his own personal permafrost, is loving his freedom to wander the enchanted forest. On one of his strolls, his curiosity leads him into a shadowy grove where the sunlight doesn't quite reach. And there, half buried in the frost, he spots something glittering, a beautiful golden snowflake pendant. To Olaf, it's a treasure, a shiny, magical snowflake that feels like it was made just for him. But as he picks it up, it pulses with a strange, mischievous purple light. This isn't Elsa's magic. Her power is all shimmering blues and whites, the color of pure ice. This purple is something else, something unnatural. The moment he loops it around his neck, a swirl of this dark energy wraps around him. We know Olaf. His most defining trait is his selfless love, a willingness to literally melt for Anna without a second thought. But this artifact whispers a new, chilling idea into his snowy head. Power. The pendant promises him control, the ability to create an eternal winter where he'd never have to fear melting again. This hits him where it hurts, playing on the deep-seated fear of impermanence he struggled with in Frozen 2. And just like that, his signature sunny smile twists into a sneaky, unfamiliar grin. This isn't the Olaf who loves trivia and ponders maturity. This is someone else. The artifact didn't just give him a new accessory. It latched onto his deepest insecurity and started poisoning his pure heart from the inside out. The change is instant, and honestly, pretty creepy. His first test of these new powers isn't an act of joy. It's an act of control. He zips through Arendelle, not with his usual clumsy happiness, but with a cold, calculated purpose. He summons a surprise blizzard, but it's not a playful flurry. It's a biting, purple-tinged snowstorm that buries the village and freezes the castle gates shut. When he declares, "Everyone must play in my eternal winter wonderland," it doesn't sound like an invitation. It sounds like a command. When Anna rushes out, totally confused and asking why he's being so villainous, his only response is a cackle and a demand. "Join my snow empire or face the flurry." That language just doesn't sound like our Olaf. The Olaf we know is a uniter, the living symbol of Anna and Elsa's bond. The very idea of him creating an empire and giving ultimatums is the exact opposite of everything he is. This is the guy who defines love as putting someone else's needs before your own. Yet here he is, putting his twisted desires before the safety of the entire kingdom. This isn't just a bad mood. It's a complete corruption of his character. It's true that some early concepts for Frozen imagined a meaner version of Olaf, But that idea was scrapped for a reason it didn't serve the story's heart. The filmmakers intentionally made him the embodiment of love. So these actions, under the pendant's influence, are a direct violation of that choice, proving that some outside force is pulling the strings. The cheerful snowman has been replaced by a tiny tyrant in the making, and with a whoosh, he flees to the mountains to start his terrible plan. Every great villain needs a lair, and this new Olaf is no exception. He retreats high into the Frostbite Mountains, a jagged, unwelcoming place far from the warmth of Arendelle. And what he builds there is maybe the biggest red flag of all. Elsa's creations are elegant and beautiful. Her ice palace was a masterpiece of flowing, intricate architecture, a physical expression of her freedom. The fortress this snow villain Olaf builds is the exact opposite. It's a brutalist, towering structure made of dark, swirling snow and sharp, glittering ice spikes. It's not a home, it's a military base. And from this fortress, he summons his army. But these aren't the cute little snow geese that Elsa sneezed into existence. This is an army of wobbly but militaristic snow golems marching with a clumsy yet unnerving purpose. Elsa's magic creates life that is joyful, or at worst, a protector like marshmallow. This purple magic, wielded by Olaf, creates minions. It creates an army meant for conquest. This creative choice is a massive tell. It proves the magic Olaf is using isn't an extension of Elsa's gift, but a total perversion of it. The fortress isn't designed with Olaf's personality in mind. It's a monument to power and intimidation. It's cold, not in the beautiful way of winter, but in the lonely, desolate way of tyranny. And it's from this cold throne that he plots to freeze the sun forever. A plan so completely opposed to his famous love of summer that it screams of an outside influence. As Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and Sven make their way to this monstrous fortress, we start to see the cracks in Olaf's villainous act. Word of his deeds has spread, but his family refuses to believe he's just turned evil. As Elsa says, Olaf's heart is warmer than any fire. He wouldn't hurt us on purpose. They get it. They know this isn't him. And inside the fortress, we see they're right. As he lounges on his throne, Olaf feels a pang of doubt. His own snow golem army isn't happy. They complain about being cold and lonely, saying they need hugs, not blizzards. This is Olaf's own true nature, his deep need for warmth and connection, bubbling up through the corruption. He can't even create minions that don't reflect his own desire for love. When the heroes finally burst in, the epic battle is more tragic than it is terrifying. Olaf hurls snowballs and summons blizzards, but his heart's not in it. There's a hesitation. The attacks are wild and powerful, but they're missing real malice. This isn't a fight for domination. It's the flailing of a puppet whose strings are being pulled by a malevolent force. He's fighting his friends, but he's also fighting himself. The real conflict isn't between Olaf and Arendelle. It's between Olaf and the parasite hanging around his neck. When his power grows so wild that it freezes the entire lair and traps everyone, his villainous grin finally fades. He just whispers, "What have I done?" It's a moment of horrifying clarity. The real Olaf is still in there, watching in terror as his own body is used as a weapon against the people he loves most. And this is where it all comes together, the big reveal. The golden snowflake pendant isn't just a tool for evil, it's a parasite. It's a tricky, enchanted trinket, probably forged by some grumpy mountain troll, designed specifically to find a good heart and twist it just for sport. It's a magical misunderstanding on a truly grand scale. The pendant didn't make Olaf evil. It just amplified his deepest, most primal fear, the fear of melting, of ceasing to exist. and offered him a twisted solution: absolute power. It preyed on the part of him that grew up in Frozen 2, the part that became aware of the world's harsh realities and just wished things would never change. His whole quest for an eternal winter wasn't a thirst for power at all. It was a desperate, corrupted attempt at self-preservation, all fueled by the artifact's dark magic. The truth is revealed not through an epic battle, but through an act of true love, the very concept Olaf himself taught us about. He doesn't need to be defeated, he needs to be saved. With a mighty hug, his signature move, he shatters the pendant. The purple magic fizzles into nothing. The brutalist fortress melts away, and the real Olaf is back, horrified by the chaos he was forced to cause. So, was Olaf ever really a villain? The evidence says a clear no. The purple magic, the intimidating fortress, the marching golems, and the total contradiction of his core personality all point to one thing: an external, corrupting force. This whole saga wasn't the story of a hero's fall from grace. It was the story of a hero being hijacked, his own fears weaponized against him. The secret that turned Olaf against Arendelle wasn't some hidden dark side. The secret was the pendant. Olaf's brief turn as a villain was a magical illusion, a dark fairy tale that played out in the real world. The real lesson here is about looking past someone's monstrous actions to see the victim trapped inside. It's a powerful reminder to never judge someone before you know their whole story, because sometimes the villain is really just the first victim. In the end, Olaf's greatest strength was never the power to control winter, but the power of love and friendship, which proved strong enough to break any curse. His hug didn't just save himself, it reaffirmed the very foundation of the entire frozen world. But hey, that's just my theory. What do you think? Could a magical artifact really turn our favorite snowman into a temporary tyrant? Or is there a darker interpretation we missed? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And if you enjoy digging into the hidden stories of your favorite movies, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching.